when one thing leads to another, how prescription medications can lead to a heroin addiction. Most people don't think that a trip to an ER can lead to a lifelong addiction. Heroin usage is a huge issue in America, and uncommon addicts make heroin a cheap alternative to prescription drugs. So today we're going to go over the history of heroin, how painkillers lead to addiction, and recent trends in heroin addiction. Heroin had a medical history. Before heroin there was morphine that was used in the hospitals, and they found out that morphine was a miracle drug and that it was perfect for everybody and could cure incurable pain. What they didn't know was that it was horribly addictive. So what they did is that they found an alternative, and that was heroin, which is created by Germans. They touted it as a safe, non-addicting alternative to morphine. Heroin was seen as a cure-all by doctors. It was used for coughs, cancer, depression, and even old age. It was completely unregulated until 1920, and until the Dangerous Drug Act made it illegal to use. By that point, it was much too late. Even with the regulations, it was still a problem. Prescription drug usage today is what our main cause for addiction is. Recently, it's been used as a staple for chronic pain, which it was never intended to do. The CDC states that prescriptions for opiates has increased nearly 300% since 1999, and doctors are writing prescriptions for these knowing that they're not going to be used for pain. Doctors have also increased their prescription rates for opiates for teens by double since 1994. Well-intentioned prescriptions often end in something that's a lot worse. Heroin use is 19 times more likely in people who already have a prescription drug abuse history. In one study, 80% of participants stated they had abused prescription opiates in the last year. Heroin abusers have risen from 106,000 in 2007 to 620,000 in 2013. Heroin use is complicated and is always transforming and becoming popular in different groups. Teens usually have seen prescriptions as an alternative that is safer over illicit drug use. And with them having a higher and higher tolerance of the prescription drugs, they've turned to a cheaper alternative, which has become heroin. High school students that live in the suburbs are in the highest risk of becoming addicted to heroin today. Another new recent trend is mixing heroin with other drugs. Fentanyl is used in hospitals, and it's 100 times more powerful than heroin is. In March 2015, the DEA issued an alert because of an increase in overdoses related to fentanyl and heroin combinations. The drug is 30 to 50 times more powerful than heroin alone. In this picture, you can see that this is a fatal dose of heroin and this is a fatal dose of fentanyl, and the difference is quite stark. At least 700 fentanyl heroin related deaths were reported in 2013. History in America has led to a time where a bad gate could lead you to a lifelong addiction. Constantly changing targets, and people of all walks of life are at risk of becoming addicted to heroin. So the next time you're having a trip to the ER, remember that maybe something stronger is not always better.